Try Before We Die, the whiskey review show where we don't know what we're drinking, but we'll tell you what we're thinking. I'm here with Gmann.
Hey, Colin.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Nothing. Figured I'd drop by. I heard something was afoot.
Yeah, I figured we'll review some whiskey tonight. Mal couldn't make it.
Yeah.
You're here always. Have you missed an episode?
Only the ones overseas.
Oh, only the ones we filmed in Scotland.
All the native ones. I've been here behind the other camera.
Okay, right.
From my phone to what we were at now.
Right,
yeah.
from Season 1, Episode 1. Gmann, the original cameraman.
Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to bring everybody up to speed on a new bottle here in the bar. We just got the Ardbeg. The committee release coming in at 51.8. We'll see if it comes up. It's right here behind us. All right, but it's possible for tonight. But let's see what Green Randy has in store for us. As you know, Gmann, we're at a stable 600 bottles in the bar now.
I know.
Open a bottle, replace a bottle. I think we're going to stay there. I promised my wife. We'll see if I can keep that promise. A lot of good bottles still out there. But let's see which one Randy would like us to open and review tonight. Got a hope?
I'm really open to almost anything at this point.
I heard you talking about cask strength Isla.
I'm not afraid of that stuff anymore.
All right, you heard
Let's
it here.
do this.
282. So that's going to bring us into, without a doubt, I believe it to be in the snooker room on this shelf on the other side of that wall. We'll see you around the corner for bottle 282. I was right. It's this shelf right on the other side of the bar. We've all seen me be wrong. 282. So we got 55, 67, 79. This will be easy math. 81, 2, which brings us to 282 is a Tamdhu. This is part of their batch strength series. This looks to be release number 3, which makes sense because we've opened release number 1, and this is 2. So this is coming in at 58.3. So Gmann is going to get a big number ABV, but not an Isla. This is going to be a sherry bomb. We'll see everybody back at the bar for this Tamdhu, a Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. Hey, Gmann.
Hi, Colin.
So we got you that, I'd say that high ABV.
I heard that number.
Not ready to call it cask strength because it's batch strength. But at 58.3, we could be in the same conversation. But it's a sherry, not an Isla. We have a Speyside. What do you know about Speyside sherry? What do you know, Gmann? What comes to mind right now as I get this open?
For me, more the sherry finish has started to become an attribute that I like a lot for the candied, the deeper fruits.
The red fruits, right?
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
That deep fruit and the way that different distilleries can make different expressions to express that and pull it out. Oh, lively.
Carry on, sir.
Very good. That has kind of drawn me in because I've always been a very, I wouldn't say mild, but the green grass, the heather, the lighter florals of a Speyside and a lowland. So as I've expanded into some of this stuff, I've really appreciated the sherry finishes, and that has opened a lot of stuff to me.
Now, not that I want to correct you, because I agree with everything you've said except for one word. My suspicion would be that we're sherry casked, not sherry finished. Because finished would suggest initially a bourbon cask or a virgin cask or some other cask, and then it spends a shorter amount of time in a sherry cask. So I'm not confident we're in a sherry finished whiskey here, but I believe we're in a sherry cast whiskey. This is a no age statement series. We in the bar have 1 through 7. My understanding is batch 8 has been released. We don't have it yet. We did open batch number 1. There are some thoughts here that this is one of Macallan's direct competitors in the sherry release series. So Macallan's got the classic cut series, and Tamdhu has their batch strength series. So, you know, I think they're both good. Clearly we haven't had this one, and I agree with all your thoughts about these red fruits, right, on top of the classic Speyside presentation or experience with the grassy, the floral, the sweet, the heather, all that right? And then you add in that sherry influence.
But more than just a little influence. If it's a casking,
Yep.
it's going to be more than an influence.
So I think the word we're looking for is dominant.
Prominent.
Yes. All right. So let's talk a little bit about this, and I'll just double check something on the bottle. I can't imagine we're in anything but natural color and non-chill filtered at this high ABV in this limited release. So I'm going to call it. No color added, non-chill filtered. It's not on the label, but you heard it here. What do you got for a color?
Dark honey.
Dark honey. Wow.
Dark honey.
That's a nice call, G-Man. That's a nice call. I was thinking
coppery.
I was gonna go copper, burnished copper. That's where I was going.
Yup.
Right. I think we both got it with a dark honey or a burnished copper. Yeah, that's a lovely color.
I don't see any legs yet. Little Tempest, right?
Yeah, get it going. All right. What I tend to see on your glass and you tend to see on my glass because of the lighting.
I can see the margin.
Yep. Oh yeah, right up top. See, watch the top of my glass. Oh yeah, you're developing too.
Yep,
and
they're streaking. Yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely developing.
It's like a tube sock.
Oh my gosh, you came all the way to the top of that glass, G-Man, because I can see. That's a fantastic look. It is. It has a honeyed look to the way it's run down G-Man's glass. Fantastic. All right, so we've got this batch strength. Batch number 3, Tamdhu, Speyside, 58.3%. Burnished copper, dark honey. The legs are developing for both of us. Yeah, don't you just want to smell it and just like...
I do,
see
but I
where
want to
this brings
anticipate
us?
what I'm going to smell.
All right. So do you think we're going to pick up a lot of that high ABV, or do you think it's going to be protected by the flavors?
See, that's where I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it could be a little pronounced.
Yeah.
Like,
The ABV.
at least from my perception, the higher numbers, I feel it in the sinus.
And that trapped first
And
hit.
it's been sitting here.
Yeah.
So that first hit might be a little strong, but you, like what you're saying, the other aromas might kind of overpower it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what I'm really in for, because I like the combo.
Yeah, I'm super excited, right? And I think G-Man's onto it. I think I'm onto it, right? Is it gonna be a high ABV initial nose, or are we gonna have a flavorful initial nose?
I'm not going to take a big...
I am.
Are you?
I'm gonna go right for
It's
it.
just going to steady all the way in.
I'm predicting a flavorful nose, not an ABV nose.
I'm afraid I would cough or sneeze if I did that.
Gotta take a chance sometimes. What's the name of this show?
Something about death.
Yeah, we're gonna try it.
Okay.
Before we.
I'll try
I'm not
what
gonna
you
die
said.
it, so we'll just try before we die. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Go. All right.
That wasn't bad.
No, that wasn't bad at all.
That wasn't bad at all.
It had about a half a second of burn, and then it immediately moved into all those classic sherry.
Waved gone by.
Yeah, right. Just a little bit of sulfur. I love the legs. I can see them from this angle. Just a little bit of sulfur, and then it just moved into dark fruits. Really nice. And so now that it's had a second to breathe, wow. That ABV is not the dominant.
This is what I kind of expected.
And at 58.3, that's coffin level whiskey. Not like you've laid down and died, but... and it's not happening.
No.
Wow. All right. Find a flavor.
A flavor?
What are you nosing?
Oh, well, the first thing is all in bold, font 48. Candied. That's all I'm smelling. It's hard to pick the fruit.
Font 48.
It's huge.
Arial or Times New Roman.
You know what? Capri.
Or what was our font?
Thriller. Chiller font. I remember that.
That's a throwback to pub crawling. Paintball
That was a
team.
long time ago.
And a hearty activity.
Remember when we could move like that?
I do. I think if somebody was chasing me, I might still have a few seconds of movement in me.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
you're in a candied
I'm in
fruit,
candied, and I'm trying to
fruit.
pick out a fruit.
Right.
The red skin's not really screaming to me. You know what is? A little?
No.
I'm getting a hint of apricot.
I love apricot, dried apricot. I can see it. I mean, I think we're in a candied, dried fruit. I mean, I'm 100% there.
Orangey fruit, maybe a
Right.
peach, if that's a
Right.
thing. But it's not red.
It's not a cherry.
No. Plum?
Plum?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Plum's a good one.
I'm kind of going for the spicier notes, and I'm not picking them up like a currant, and I'm not feeling it.
Right. I mean, it's very deep. It's rich.
It's a blend of candied fruit.
Right. You could potentially tell me that this didn't have alcohol in it, right?
If this was in a wide glass and somebody just let it in front of them for a
Right,
while, you'd be
right.
like, no, it's fine. They'd take a sniff.
It's a 14% fortified wine. I mean, it is not developing at all with ABV. It is developing all with rich fruit flavor.
The color belies, I mean, if it were thicker and had the much more pronounced honey aroma, this could pass for a really thin mead.
Interesting.
Because I'm picking up that sweet aftertaste that a mead leaves.
Look at those legs.
Oh my God, they are pretty. Look at them all.
Yeah. All right. Enough of that. Let's have a taste.
You ready?
Man. All right. So batch 3, Tamdhu, 58.3. It's thick.
Mm-hmm.
It's thick.
Wow. Looks thin. Tastes thick.
It is a thick whiskey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Like, what a wonderful first experience.
Oh yeah. I can taste the ABV.
Yeah, it's a little warming, a little spicy in the throat.
Prominent on the tip of the tongue.
I'm not having that tip of the tongue. It's all in my upper chest for me, but it's also it borders between mild and moderate in intensity. It's not a heavy spice. It's not heavily warm.
No.
So thick on that first pull. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I've had batch 1 and now I've had batch 3. I like batch 3. I liked batch 1, don't get me wrong. But this is just a wonderful entry.
Oh yeah.
Wow. This isn't sherry finish. This has got to be sherry cask.
This is sherry.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's find a couple flavors.
I'm struggling with finding that, like I said with the aromas, I think they're kind of together.
Okay. All right. You know, I'm not in a cherry. I'm not in a lighter red fruit. I'm not in a strawberry. I'm not in a raspberry.
No.
I'm in the black currant. I'm in the black raspberry. I'm in the plum. I'm in the prune. I'm in something red, dried, and candy. But like, I'm gonna take that back. I'm in something purple, dried, and candy.
I can amend my apricot to the darker side of that.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that apricot's not there on the nose, right? As we know, color, nose, and palate, finish, all different experiences. For me, on the palate, we're in a purple fruit.
Yep, and the same way that a purple flavor has a velvety texture, goes why wine?
Yeah.
Fix
I like
that up.
I like that.
It has that kind of finish to it.
Right.
My palate is velvet at the end. It's
What's
over.
this? Like a Silver Oak Cabernet or something like that?
Something like that.
Okay, so we're agreeing incredibly viscous.
Yeah.
Absolutely in the purple spectrum of a dried candied fruit. You know, what's interesting is, although it just happened, I just nosed a little chocolate. We haven't mentioned chocolate at all. It hasn't been a prominent note,
I was thinking it.
but I just got some on the nose. All right, I just want to be clear with everybody. The number one experience for me in this whiskey is the viscosity. The mouthfeel
Mouthfeel's
on this
amazing.
dram is unbelievable. It's in the top tier of mouthfeel whiskeys I've had recently. And I'll say in the last 2 years, it's a top tier mouthfeel. Phenomenal.
I think this is one of the first ones that I've had a mouthfeel experience this pronounced.
Right. It's substantial. Okay. Sherry bomb happening all the way.
Yeah.
What do we do with a whiskey like this? So what do you do with a girl like Maria?
She's a tall drink of water. Sorry, I'll take it seriously.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
West Side Story.
No.
Oh.
The hills
Are alive.
with
Music.
the sound of.
The sound of music.
Yes,
I
yes,
have
yes.
heard that.
What do you do with a girl like Maria? What do you do with a whiskey like this, G-Man? We've got some macadamia nuts. We've got some New York cheddar. We've got some lightly spiced chili dark chocolate. We've got some ginger. We've got some soft and juicy plums.
On a hedge, in case we encountered something sherry tonight, I pilfered a piece of my favorite type of sherry chocolate, which is orange-infused.
Oh, is
mild
it the orange
chocolate.
almond or whatnot that sometimes lays around this house?
For
You
me,
found
the
some?
sherry experience and this pair up great, and it pulls out a lot of fruit.
Right.
It really does.
So we know that G-Man is going to hit a home run with that.
Yeah,
And so I'm not
without
going to
a
ask him
doubt.
for a piece of that. I am going to try this this dried plum that's got a little bit of life in it and see what happens there. Okay?
It's like a
All right, let's go for it.
Okay. This chocolate is just good.
You know, one day we're just going to go live, do an episode, and let the camera roll until we're done.
With the bottle?
I could drink this for quite some time. It is fantastic.
It's delicious.
And with that plum, what I really liked about that is it wasn't a wow experience, but it allowed the whiskey to maintain itself. And the fact that it was a soft plum, a dried plum, but that's sort of soft, so not completely dried, it just was just a wonderful addition on the mild end of an accoutrement. That chocolate's a home run.
Yeah, that's why I brought it. Just in my pocket chocolate.
Yeah.
The fruit, the overall flavor of this whiskey did not change in iota. It intensified. And the subtle chocolate that you know is just there when you give the chocolate to it. It was an amazing drink. This could be a dangerous bottle on the wrong table. But it's delicious.
How could you not go back for more of batch number 3 of Tamdhu, a Speyside single malt whiskey coming in at 53.8, or excuse me, 58.3. Just phenomenal. From color to nosing to the mouthfeel on entry to these purple fruits. Wonderful sherry bomb. All right, well, let's see what the crew has for us, G-Man. May we get what we want, but never what we deserve. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
The Tamdhu Batch 3. G-Man, I stand by it. This whiskey, top tier mouthfeel. That's its prominent feature. Everything else is a layer below it, and that layer below is an A+ range. So the mouthfeel is like A++.
Overall, one of the most exceptional whiskeys that I've ever had. The mouthfeel is one of the main reasons why, and more than a sherry finish, a sherry. Wow.
Sherry cask.
Wow.